Last time, we learned that the major scale and its 7 degrees is used as a reference with regards to intervals. The same goes for chords. We also learned that the origin of the perfect major chord is intimately linked to the harmonics of a sound, and that combining harmonics H4, H5, and H6 forms the perfect major chord. The perfect major chord is one of the 3 fundamental pillars of tonal harmony, with the perfect minor chord and the dominant 7th chord, which we will see together later. The perfect major chord, in its root position, can be seen as the combination of 3 distinct degrees of the major scale. The first degree, called the root note, is the one which gives the name to the chord. The 3rd degree and the 5th degree. We can also consider this chord to be the combination of 3 intervals. A 5th interval is formed with the 1st degree and the 5th degree. A major 3rd interval is formed with a 1st degree and 3rd degree, and a minor 3rd interval is formed with a 3rd degree and a 5th degree. We will learn how to recognize the notes of each perfect major chord, starting from each of the 12 possible notes. In music practice, we need to know each major chord in each key with total ease. We are going to take the time necessary to observe and memorize, once and for all, each perfect major chord in its root position. Let's start with the first one. The perfect major chord of C is made up of notes C, E, G. Now, if we shift the whole structure of the perfect major chord up 1 semitone, we will get the perfect major chord of D flat, made up of notes D flat, F, A flat. Next, the perfect major chord of D, made up of notes D, F sharp, A. The perfect major chord of E flat, made up of notes E flat, G, B flat. The perfect major chord of E, made up of notes E, G sharp, B. The perfect major chord of F, made up of notes F, A, C. The perfect major chord of F sharp, made up of notes F sharp, A sharp, C sharp. Sometimes, a chord can be written with different accidentals, either sharp or flat. That's the case with the perfect major chord of F sharp, which can also be written as G flat. This chord is made up of notes G flat, B flat, D flat. The perfect major chord of G is made up of notes G, B, D. The perfect major chord of A flat is made up of notes A flat, C, E flat. The perfect major chord of A is made up of notes A, C sharp, E. The perfect major chord of B flat is made up of notes B flat, D, F. And finally, the perfect major chord of B is made up of notes B, D sharp, F sharp. Let's take a moment now to visually memorize each perfect major chord by observing their pattern on the piano keyboard. The visual pattern of the perfect major chord of C is composed of only white keys. The visual pattern of the perfect major chord of D flat is black, white, black. The visual pattern of the perfect major chord of D is white, black, white. The visual pattern of the perfect major chord of E flat is black, white, black. The visual pattern of the perfect major chord of E is white, black, white. The visual pattern of the perfect major chord of F is white, white, white. The visual pattern of the perfect major chord of F sharp is black, black, black. The visual pattern of the perfect major chord of G flat is identical to F sharp. The visual pattern of the perfect major chord of G is white, white, white. The visual pattern of the perfect major chord of A flat is black, white, black. The visual pattern of the perfect major chord of A is white, black, white. The visual pattern of the perfect major chord of B flat is black, white, white. And finally, the visual pattern of the perfect major chord of B is white, black, black. Memorizing the 12 perfect major chords is essential. It's a step you have to take and mustn't ignore. Please don't hesitate to watch this video several times if necessary in order to better retain this fundamental knowledge, which will open wide the doors to harmony.